It's another original BW Sports 1 production.
Pew pew!
Now you can hear me. It helps if you hit unmute. Well, let's start that over. This is your man's TheOne, and this is Dukes of Football. I have been giving you the silent treatment, everybody, for the last 4.5 minutes. How many? How many minutes? 2 minutes. Been giving you the silent treatment, but now you can hear me. And awesome, Ben. Like I was saying, I'm not dealing with you today in this roll tide foolishness. No, not doing it. Do it. I'm in a good mood. It is almost New Year's Eve. I'm planning my dinner menu for New Year's Eve as we are speaking, so I do not want to hear it. We all know that Michigan is going to win the game. I mean, you can hide your signs. I mean, we've already tapped into your feed, to the helmet cam. You know what I mean? We got all your information. So just get ready. But no, this is the end of the year. This is a time to reflect a little bit on things that you got done, things that you wish you would have gotten done. Time to reflect on some of the good memories, some of the negative memories. I know with my family and my wife's family, we've dealt with a lot of tragedy this year, a lot of friends and things of that. So I know it's time to be. This is a time to celebrate and remember. Just New Year's. What things have you accomplished this year that you are proud of? What things that you wished that you had accomplished that you got at the top of your goal list for 2024? I don't normally do resolutions. I'm a goal type dude. Resolutions I believe are set to be broken or not accomplished. Uh, thanks, bro. It's all good. You know what I mean? Those are those things. But man, football. This is one of the time of year. Me, I'm kind of splitting time. I'm a basketball dude at heart, but I love football to almost the same lengths, and I love watching it. And this is a time of year, even with all of the ridiculous bowls that we should not have, it's still some good overload of football. I don't know if you have had enough yet, but I think I've pretty much watched more than half of all of the games so far. And oh boy, man, some of these teams, like I thought like the wife and I was discussing this a day or so ago about these bowl games. It's like I wonder who he's talking about. But because I was saying, I forgot. Thank you, Ben. You made me forget. Bowl games, yes, yes. The wife and I was discussing this the other day about these ridiculous bowl games. Now, listen. I granted bowl games are exciting to generate money for these schools and blah 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 blah. I will ask him. I definitely will. But I thought, but when I was coming up and I was watching college football, bowl games seemed to be a reward for having a quality season or a winning season, or above average type season. You know what I mean? I don't feel that 6-6, 7-5. You know what I mean? Those are, seasons that are bowl worthy just because you got companies who want to, I get it. You know what I mean? This is a day where, an age where, making money however you can or whatever. But, like, this is the reason why college football gets a little watered down. And this is, I think, one of the reasons why we have the issue that we do now with college football with these kids, sitting out. What's the incentive to play in the bowl game if it means nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like the only people right now, the only people who shouldn't be sitting out of bowl games right now are the people in the top four. You know what I mean? Those two games, really, because those are the only thing you have to play for. A lot of these bowl games, they used to mean something. There was pride with them because it held up, like maybe your conference against their conference, who's the biggest conference, things like that. I think the wife and I went through a couple of days ago trying to remember what the original bowl games were when we were young. It's just now they got the ridiculous bowls, the Duke's Bowl, the Sun Bowl, the what is it, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. This is ridiculous. And these are teams with. I saw a bowl game 5-7, bro, 5-7. They put a 5-7 team in a bowl game because they could not find enough 6-6 for bowl games. Granted, I like the rule that they didn't find enough 6-6, and James Madison got to get in. They played well, but they didn't have the quarterback who was going somewhere else. So you really didn't get to see the whole real James Madison against a really good Air Force team. But anyway, which feeds into that point, like, what are we doing here? It's not even worth these kids playing. Like they think this Georgia Florida State bowl game is going to be good. I think it's probably going to be good for Georgia fans. I think Georgia's going to probably end up blowing their ass out because, one, Florida State has already lost. Yeah, I know they got a chip on their shoulder, whatever, but they've already lost their starting quarterback, Jordan Travis. So Rodemaker, the backup, who you didn't get to see in the ACC championship game because he was out of a concussion, who they did lose a game with when he played, is transferred. So he's not even playing in the bowl game, right? So that's back down to the third team, the third guy, playing against a Georgia team where, as far as I know, no one is sitting out of this Georgia game. So it's not going to be a redemption of Florida State to step in here and blow out, Georgia or upset the world. It's not going to be good because you got half the players So down to your transfer court, third string quarterback, your best wide receiver just went eligible just declared for the draft. So he's out. So it's like not even going to be the right game, like the Ohio State game. Normally that would be a good game, Ohio State and Missouri. The Big Ten, SEC, a matchup again. Ohio State being considered at one point in time a SEC team in the Big Ten. So it's a good matchup, but their starting quarterback who went 12-0 or 11-0 before they got to Ann Arbor, who went 11-0, and then he transfers out, McCord, and then you got Marvin Harrison, who's been cited at at the bowl game, but they still don't have confirmation if he's going to play or not, as he's going to get ready for the draft. I mean, I know Henderson's playing, but he kind of has to play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why play these games? Why set him all up for like that? So I'm wondering how this is all going to affect again next year's transition to the CFP. So, but that's enough on that for the moment. So let's keep this party moving because it looks like it's going to be me, and I am going to get ready for some more of these bowl games. Just West Virginia, North Carolina just ended. We had games on earlier today. Let's see who was the first game. I have it right here. I do. I promise you. Yeah, the Pop-Tart Bowl. Give me a break. Give me a break. So we had the Military Bowl I'm cool with. You have Virginia Tech and Tulane. Again, one of those games where you had a 6-6 team, and you had a team. Then you had a team in Tulane who was a good team all year, but a lot of their players are sitting out. One offensive lineman is sitting out. Quarterback transfer. Coach is gone. You know, here it is. It's not the team that won the bowl game or won all those games to go to a bowl. So the reward isn't there anymore, or the pride of the bowl game is there. But anyway, Virginia Tech ended up winning that game. And then we had the Duke Mayo Bowl, which I do enjoy Duke's Mayo. It's pretty good. We got it once on the coupon, and we hadn't switched back since. So all the sauces that you see me make, this mayonnaise base. If I did make the mayonnaise aioli myself with the eggs and the olive oil, see, I know how, but just haven't. It's easier just to buy the jar of Duke's Mayo and to do it that way. But never mind me. That's another show. Let's see who that was at. North Carolina, West Virginia. Quality game. Again, North Carolina with people sitting out. Drake May, guys like that. Let's see, but West Virginia ended up winning that one. Game again that we got coming up here next. That's played here. This is probably getting ready to start now. You got the Holiday Bowl where you got 15th ranked Louisville and USC. Caleb Williams is not playing, so there you go. That was the only thing to make USC interesting. I expect Louisville to win this game. Got a little ties with Louisville in this game. We know one of the receivers. So that's an interesting kind of thing there. Again, another one of the players or no more key players sitting out of bowl games that really don't make a factor. Let's see. So I can come back to college. What am I got here? NFL, because I was planning on talking to this guy. So I will start at this end because we only got one college game, one pro game. Let's see. What was my pro notes while we're here? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Mason Rudolph comes in and lights it up offensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers, which excited me a great deal. Again, why would you let somebody dump mayo all over your head just winning the bowl game? But that's beside the point, another story. But great job for Mason Rudolph. He's been designated the starter for the second week in a row as Pickett recovers or heals from his injury. Me personally, I think you should go with Mason Rudolph. He knows the system. He's been in the program. He knows what it is to be a Steeler. And you can see there was a pride in it. Like he didn't complain when you drafted over him. I mean, granted, if you look at his history, he has opportunities where he could have grasped that, but he did not. And he put him in situations where they had to draft the Pickett. And then you bring in Trubisky, and you saw what he was, and then you still have him as the second backup over Rudolph. So he just bought his time. He came in and he played. He stretched the ball down the field. He got people excited. The running game stepped up. So big game this weekend against Seattle. So I expect to see Mason do some of the same things and get this running game going. See if we can make a late push to fight one of them wild card spots. The Indianapolis Colts had a great opportunity to secure their wild card spot, and they threw up some help me. But let's see what else is new in there. Let's see. Interesting. Sean Payton has benched Russell Wilson in Denver. I know he was angry at him at the beginning of the year that they went on at one point in time a league longest winning streak. I think it was 7 games, and then they lose a couple, and you bench him. Let's see about that. But I'm Russell. Your money's guaranteed, so I'll sit back and with the ball cap on and get some money and let Sean Payton continue to shoot himself in the foot for ridiculous decisions making that he's making as a head coach. Just to let you know that not every Super Bowl winning coach is really that great of a coach. It's could be the environment, could be the players that you have, Drew Brees, some things like that. So I would not. I expect them to move on from Russell because you got so much invested in Sean Payton, and you know how I feel about the treatment of black quarterbacks in the NFL. So, but that is again another situation. Let's see. Question that you can muddle over in your football conversations and circles. Is Lamar Jackson the clear-cut MVP front runner right now with the win, the significantly dominant win that Baltimore had over Christian McCaffrey and the San Francisco 49ers? Coming into this game, I felt that either one of whoever won that player was going to boost himself further above everybody else for the MVP war with just a few games left to secure that spot. The domination and just a straight domination that they had over San Francisco's defense and the turnovers of Brock Purdy. I'm a person who I'm not really a quarterback friendly guy, but I do feel like they need to adjust the interception rate, the interception stats, because not all of those interceptions should be placed on the quarterback when a receiver drops or bobbles or doesn't catch a ball of some kind of foolishness like that. So, but the 4 interceptions, that was tough. I still think McCaffrey looked good, but that Baltimore, the defense stepped up. They turned the ball over. They shut the running game down. And offensively, Lamar Jackson did what he needed to. He got outside the pocket. He hit the timing routes. He hit the big play routes. He made the big runs. So to me, I feel that he is the clear-cut front runner for the MVP this year. So we'll see. It was still a couple games to go, but I don't see Baltimore slipping up headed into the playoffs. So that takes us to, let's pick some games. Since we have so many bowl games, I did not pick a lot of NFL because we got the next couple weeks where we won't have but one bowl game. So, almost lost my drink. Big hands. Let's see. NFL power rankings. As you can see, here's the new power rankings. San Francisco was number 1 last week, headed into this game with Baltimore. With Baltimore winning that game, as you can see, Baltimore has jumped into that number 1 spot. San Francisco dropped down. Miami making a good jump up to that 3rd spot. Detroit looking real solid in 4, followed by Philadelphia, who ended the losing streak. It looked kind of touchy there late, but they held off to end some negatives, but still a concern with them. Let's see. After that, you got Dallas. Dallas has a big game coming up this week with the Miami Dolphins. It's another opportunity for Dallas to prove that they can win against one of the better teams, not just a winning team or a team above 500 in Seattle. The one game of a good team or a somewhat good team that they won. So this is, the Philadelphia, but you know what I mean. It's another opportunity for them to show that they are a team that you really need to pay attention to in the NFC. So a lot of, yes, they have double-digit wins, but a lot of those wins are against the lower half of the NFC and the league. So another opportunity for Dallas to step up, another opportunity for Dak to uplift himself a little bit more. Let's see, Buffalo coming in at 7. Kansas City is sliding, man. I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw Kansas City with 6 losses, but this is a tough one. You know what I mean? I just don't think believing coincidence is that Eric Bieniemy has moved off, and the biggest struggle that the Kansas City Chiefs have is on the offensive side of the football. So we'll see, man. They're still going to get into the playoffs. You know, Patrick Mahomes is still a special person. He's still got a special bond with Kelsey. But, they're going to need help, man. Somebody's going to have to – it's going to either be Pacheco or it's got to be somebody else on those outsides that's going to have to help those guys out. Kansas City looks vulnerable. I think it's going to be the first time we see Patrick Mahomes on the road in the playoffs. So here we go with that one. Let's see who's following up. Yeah, we got this Cleveland Browns who's staying real solid, nice defense. Still, Flacco. You got to speak to Flacco. What did he get? $75,000 for that win. So Flacco could be some help to Baltimore offensively. Quality veteran. He knows the league. He knows how to settle things. He knows how to lead locker rooms. He knows how to run the offense. So we'll see how that goes with Cleveland. And followed up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield rounding out the 10th spot for the power rankings. So we move on. Here we go. Let's see, what do we have? Here's our network leaderboard as we speak from last week's picks. Let's see here. Well, I'm still up there. Got a 5-point lead on Greg. As you can see, that spot in the middle is kind of jumbled, so it can go either way. We got quite a few games picked for this week. We have more picked in our feed than what you will see on our pick board, because I didn't want to go through all of those games on the pick board. So as just know, in our feed, there's quite a few games. So there's an opportunity for somebody to make a big jump or a big fall. Let's see. So our NFL game, we have, I don't know why I said the Dolphins. I meant the Lions. I absolutely meant the Lions, and I knew that. Thank you for not correcting myself. So our one NFL game this week is we got the Detroit Lions, who's clearly has positioned himself to be one of those toppers, had some up and down weeks the last couple of weeks, matched same with the same energy of the Dallas Cowboys, up and down over the last couple of weeks, but still putting out solid wins in games that they should be winning. Both of these teams could use this win as a boost getting ready for the playoffs. And one, Dallas is trying to hope that the Eagles slip up and they get that division title or something, you know what I mean? But the Lions, they got theirs, the first one since 1993. When I graduated from high school, there was their first division title, so it's good to see the Lions doing something in this one. I think our picks in this one was kind of split down the middle because we got some good Cowboy fans, we got some Lions fans. I think that in this one, I went with the Cowboys in this one. I kind of feel that the Cowboys need this game more, and it's really hard to beat the Cowboys in Dallas and AT&T Stadium. So I look for the Cowboys to win this particular contest of gladiators. All right, so that gets us started for the NCAA. I know I spoke a little bit on that earlier when we was talking about the bowl games. We was talking about transfers. I had some notes on there I wanted to ask the Lion on about his feelings on about kids sitting out and the transfer portal keeping kids out. Me, I don't have a problem with the transfer portal, but I feel that the transfer portal should not be utilized with both. If you're going to put these 6-6 teams in and these 5-7 teams in the bowl games, I think the transfer portal should not be utilized till after the bowl games are played. If you want to sit out your bowl game, that's fine. If you're planning on transfer, that's fine. But your transfer should not be announced. Your transfer should not be made public until after the bowl game, because I think that hurts the team. I think that hurts the ratings of the bowls because whatever. I want to get into all that again, but I wanted to hear his opinion on that. I might call him and ask him. Let's see. I'll do this one. I'll do this one next week when all the bowl games is over because I want to know what the conference records for the bowl games are, with the conference shift and all the teams coming up here next season. I want to know how they finished out, like the Pac-12 and the Big 12, with all these teams adding and losing teams and stuff like that. Oh, another thing that I have for, excuse me, for college football conversation. Florida State. Florida State is suing the ACC. I think they're trying to get out at all costs. They're trying to get out of the ACC. Now I know they was talking about money, separation and things like that. Now they're trying to, I forgot what the actual thing is, but whatever it is, Florida State is doing whatever they can to get themselves out of the ACC. I'm not really sure where they're going to go because I don't think the SEC wants them, and I don't think the Big Ten right now would have an even split. But I don't want to know if they'll fit well in that. So I guess the next best possible place will be the Big 12, but I feel that Florida State should take a route that they had in their past and be like Notre Dame and be independent. I feel that Florida State is a school that can hold an independent brand such as Notre Dame. They did it before, and I feel that they can do it again. So there's my thoughts on that. So bowl season, I know if you watch some of the bowl games, there's a couple things going on. A couple brawls, a couple fights, a couple blowouts. I mean, like what, a 59, what was it, 45 to nothing to 55 to 10. You mean some ridiculous game scores. But that's college football, and it's kind of the NFL football season as it is. You score a lot of points and not a whole lot of defense. So, but they want the points because the points put seats in the stands. So here are our games that we picked for. Another thing I wanted to pick on Dan about, I noticed it, but I don't know if anybody else in our feed knows. Dan did not pick Notre Dame to win their bowl game. You'll understand the significance of that in our feed because we give each other shit when we don't pick our teams. And I know that one will light up or line up as soon as they figure out that he didn't do that. So first game up, let's see, that we have picked. There's quite a few games. I think they're between now and the end of Monday. I think there's 12 games. So I didn't want to do all those, talk about, all that stuff right now. But here's another one of those ridiculous bowls, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. Let's get it together, folks. Let's get it together. But here we got the Tony the Tiger with the Holiday Bowl. Not Tony the Tiger, whatever it is. It's Oregon. This isn't Notre Dame. This is Oregon State, Notre Dame. I put this on there just because Dan did not pick Notre Dame. And this is the Sun Bowl. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I did not pick. Yeah, he picked that. So I picked Notre Dame in this one. So I wanted to keep saying that Dan did not pick Notre Dame in his bowl game so everybody can hear me say that Dan did not pick Notre Dame in their bowl game. That's mean of me. So let's keep it moving. Let's see. Next game up we have is what is it called? Let's put this up here. Bam! The Cotton Bowl. Cotton Bowl. It says right there on the screen. Cotton Bowl. I don't know how I feel about that. I can make that so much worse than it is, but that would be like, why are you making trouble? So I'm not going to make trouble. Cotton Bowl. We talked about it earlier. Missouri, number 9, 10-2. Ohio State, 7, and they're 11-1. Should, on paper, should be a really good game. And it might turn out to be a really good game anyway. But just with so many people sitting out, and I don't think Missouri has anybody sitting out. So I actually picked Missouri, even though I wanted to stick with the Big Ten Conference in my picks on this one. But I'm going to have to go with that team. I was just Missouri. Go with Missouri. All right, next game. Oh, I remember. You guys remember American Gladiator? If you're old enough, do you remember American Gladiator? That's fun. Saturday mornings, I used to watch American Gladiator. But anyway, next up we have Penn State, also at 10-2. I'm gonna. I mean, like one, Ole Miss, good football team. Can't stand their coach, so I can't really say a whole bunch of positive things about it. Not a big Lane Kiffin fan. If you watch the show, you know that. Spoke about it. Not going to change my mind. Don't like him. He's an idiot. Don't care. So, sucks for them. But, no, I was going to go Big Ten anyway. I do like this Penn State team. They have a quality defense. They have about 3 or 4 guys on that defense that will play on Sunday someday. I like the quarterback. He's just young. He just needs to to grow with the game and grow with the team. I think Franklin is getting way too much harsh criticism. I think he's a pretty decent coach, and he's done a lot. He's turned around a program that was left for dead, and he has revived it. So I do like Penn State in this game to win it. So there we go. We keep it moving. That brings us to that game we spoke about as well the little bit ago, the Orange Bowl. 6th ranked Georgia 12-1 and 5th ranked 13-0. Conference champion, undefeated, Power 5, Florida State. We talked about the things that are going on with the departure of players from Florida State, going into a team where Georgia. I don't feel that they feel like they've been disrespected, but I feel that they feel like you just kind of overlooked. It's like we weren't the 2-time defending national champions. So I look for Georgia to win this game pretty handily. I move to the. What the hell is this? This is the Fiesta Bowl. So we have a 23rd ranked Liberty, who is 13-0, versus 8th ranked Oregon, who is 11-2, who very well could have been representing the Pac-12 if they would have won that game against Washington. But if the cat would have stopped, the dog would have caught him. So that's how that all works out. So you have a really good, solid Liberty team who's very good on the run. But this is an animal that Liberty, I know Liberty has played Power 5 teams, but this is a different Power 5 team. This is a strong Power 5 team. This is a team that traditionally is mentioned for the national championships. This is a big test for Liberty. I think they'll show well. I think they'll look good. But overall, I think Oregon, with all of their 4-star and 5-star athletes, they will take over in this particular game, and Oregon wins this game. Who is my other game? It is the Citrus Bowl. Again, another Big Ten and a SEC team. You have the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think they're, what are they, 17th? And against the 21st ranked Tennessee, 8-4. Iowa's 10-3. Iowa doesn't do a whole lot of offense, but they win games. Their defense is very, very good. I think they're a top 5 defense all around. If they had offense, I think the K. McNamara, who was a transfer out of Michigan because of J.J. McCarthy, I think K. McNamara doesn't get hurt. Iowa does have an offense that will be a little competitive, but it's all about the defense. I'm not sure if Tennessee will be able to move the ball. I know it's a wide open type of offense, and they move the ball and they get going real fast. But I think it's going to get hard to get a rhythm on this Iowa team. I think they lead the nation in takeaways. They're always at the top of takeaways in the nation year after year. And so I don't see any difference. Plus, Joe Milton, Tennessee quarterback, declared for the draft, so he's not playing. So there you have it again. Another game that's going to be affected by either the transfer portal or the draft. Let's see, next game up. We have our first of our semifinal games. First up is the Rose Bowl. You have the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, and you have the number 1 ranked Michigan Wolverines. This is going to be an old-school football game. I know Alabama has the opportunity to take the ball off the top, but there are some quality corners on the other side of the ball, and they play very physical. So it's all kind of come down to how much the referee is going to allow them to put their hands on those receivers. But also, this is a defensive line that doesn't really need to blitz to rush the quarterback, so that it allows them to play spy from time to time on Milton, allows them to have more guys in the secondary to shut off to try to force them to run. Jim Harbaugh runs a pro-style offense, pro-style defense, which is geared to take away what you do best. Nick Saban does the same thing. So this is going to be interesting. There's a lot of positives on both sides of the ball that they actually kind of match up with each other very equally. Still think Michigan has the numbers edge in the betting line, but this is going to be a really good game. I don't think anybody's going to run away with it, but I know Alabama hasn't played a team that's going to be as physical as this for all 4 quarters. So we'll see how it goes. This should be a really quality game. You already know where I'm going, so there's no point in even me asking, or telling you. Just what we do. You know what I mean? And then the other semifinal game, the Sugar Bowl, you have 3rd-ranked Texas and the 2nd-ranked Washington Huskies. I like this game. This is going to be a very good game. You got a Pac-12 winner in Washington, who's taking the championship and leaving the Pac-12 and dissolving the Pac-12 and heading out with the Pac-12 championship. Very solid. The only thing that I have an issue with Washington is their defense side of the ball. They give up away points, and they put pressure on their offense to score points. But they've done it all year. They're 13-0, and they've beaten all the players. Oregon twice. Oregon State. You've beaten these USC, UCLA. You've beaten all these teams that you've come across, and they look really, really strong. Plus, they have a guy, Penix, who's been quarterback in there for 13. He's been in the NCAA college for 14 years. Maybe not that long, but we saw him in when he was at IU in Michigan. He gave us, hella problems. So I like this game. Texas, another physical team, another team leaving their conference with the championship going to another one, but this one is not being dissolved. So this is a bitter taste in the Big 12's mouth that they are just taking it and heading out and going to the SEC. But it's going to be a really good matchup. Texas is good on the ground. Washington gives up a lot of ground yards, but they're a really a bend no break defense. So wait to see how these two guys match up. So in this one, I'm going. Where am I going? I know. It's confusing. It's all so confusing. I think I'm going Texas. Then I'm going Texas. I'm going Texas in this one. Hook 'em, baby. And I'm telling you, I'm going Texas. You say why? Because it wasn't Washington State where my daughter's at school, so I'm not going to go there. And Texas, I went to school in Texas, so there you go. That is why I chose Texas. So that'd be a great matchup, Michigan and Texas. So there you have it for my picks of this week. And yeah, it's been fun hanging out with you this season. The season's still going on, but we've been talking football all year. We started the year with football. We want to end the year with football. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in from time to time to listen to me blabber on about football and college and NFL and giving you my fans' opinions on things. So appreciate you hanging out with me. Appreciate you giving us the ratings. Appreciate you giving BW Sports One an opportunity to entertain you on a fun level. So it's been absolutely a joy, and it's absolutely I'm going to continue to give you my opinion and how I've on football, and I enjoy it. So there we go. I have nothing else for you. I hope you all had a great Christmas. Hope all of you guys had a great Christmas. I hope you got to get things that you wanted. I hope you got to give the gifts to other people that they wanted to give you the joy. And I want to wish you a very safe and New Year's Eve. Be conscious of what you're doing and what you're not doing. If you're in town, well, no, I can't say that because I'm not going to be sober. I will say if you were in town and you're out, you need a ride, hit me up. But I won't be sober because I'm staying home. But that's what you do. Do the right thing. Call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a friend. Get home safely. You got people who depend on you, who need you, who love you. So make smart decisions. Have fun. And wash away all that negative 2023 and bring in a positive 2024. Let nobody hold you back like never before. Lift your heads up. Lift your hands high. Do what you do to the day you die. That is the words from TheOne. This is BW Sports Black and White. BW Sports 1, and this is the Deuce of Football, and I am out. Holla.